I think the last time I talked to you, we were just in the throes of trying to get the faculty on board with even wanting to hire Black and brown people. We had just gotten over the faculty meeting in which someone said we shouldn't sacrifice another position to do a diversity hire. So we ended up drafting an ad. We did a lot of research on what the ad should say. We got a lot of help from experts. We got input from other faculty, and we thought the ad was great. Other people read the ad and thought it was great. We presented the ad at the next faculty meeting, and only a couple of people spoke, even though we devoted a rather large portion of the meeting to discussion about the ad. The ad passed faculty vote with overwhelming support. After the faculty meeting, one faculty member wrote a disparaging post on Facebook about me and the people who helped draft the ad, calling us hypocritical and duplicitous. Coincidentally, the same person who said this on Facebook is the same person who used the word sacrifice when discussing the possibility of hiring Black and brown faculty. I'm like, okay, this is not personally benefiting me or anybody who helped me work on this. This is for the benefit of the department, and we're taking so much crap from you guys just trying to get you on board with hiring more Black and brown faculty. And so that happened. I don't know what the fallout from that was because we were just instructed to not talk to the faculty who were involved in the Facebook post, but apparently nothing happened to them. And so the ad is just sitting there. It's literally just sitting there, and now our chair is pretending like everything in the department has to be 100% perfect and that everybody has to get along before we can even move forward with posting the ad, and that's not going to happen right now. Then I have this colleague, a white lady who is insisting that we have almost like a Mitt Romney thing. He said he had binders full of women during a 2012 presidential debate, but instead, she is insisting we have something like binders full of Black and brown prospective faculty that we need to personally reach out to and contact, and that we need to pay for a list of people. You know, we need to pay for these binders of Black and brown faculty in order to do this search. She even began creating her own Excel spreadsheets where she could look up PhD students on the job market and assign race to them based on their appearance. And I'm like, that's not the issue. We know where to find diverse faculty. That's not a problem. We don't need to purchase these binders, and we don't need her to create them. What we need to do is to create a departmental climate that is supportive of Black and brown faculty. What she is doing is really disturbing. Our chair cannot see why we were disturbed by this.
I have been in work situations as an adult, actually, pretty much everywhere, including at the university, where you bring food that smells different and then someone comments on it. That food smells gross. What's that smell? And that's one of the microaggressions I didn't get to cover last week, but I really wish I had when I look back on it, reflecting on it. It's very painful when people make fun of what you're eating, right? It instantly makes you not want to eat. Now as an adult, I take a little harder stance and I'm just like, this is what I'm eating, like suck it up. Like, but it still hits back to that experience as a child being made fun of every time that trauma. And part of me is like, oh, don't snowflake out, just like just like get over it. But it's hard. And I've been in work situations with other people who are not um necessarily eating like culturally American food where they've been picked on, and that's a big one. Or even to this day, I get, oh, what are you eating, a cat or a dog?
I joined with several faculty members to report a high-level person in our school for discrimination. We were an African American and two members of the LGBTQ community. They filed their claim in DEI as discrimination. I was embarrassed. I thought folks might think I was playing the race card, but I was scared and having panic attacks and angry. So I filed harassment and bullying charges in HR. When you open the investigation, if your institutional reps believe you, and I say believe because you are made to tell your story over and over, verbally and in writing, several times. So eventually you feel like you must plead your case to be believed. If believed, the institutional reps tell you that the case will be referred out for investigation to an outside law firm. The institutional reps say it's important that there be a neutral party investigating the claim. But after a while, you realize the law firm is not neutral. They get related business and contracts from the school. Then the firm enhances its reputation, and in turn, the firm makes all kinds of contributions to the school in time and money. You soon realize that you see the neutral party, the law firm's name, on programs, buildings, committees. This is the neutral entity that is going to investigate your case. The law firm interviews you many times and they call witnesses. You don't even know about the witnesses, but they may think that they are crucial. So they may call your dean in and talk with that person. They may call your chair or your colleagues. You never see any documents during the investigation. You don't even see documents at the conclusion of the investigation. And eventually, again, your competency, believability, and motivations are on trial. They are questioned. While this investigation proceeded, the person was left in place with their full rights and privileges. So, despite my pleas to disallow that person from taking action against me, that person was allowed to continue to act. This included additional emotional bullying, harm to my reputation by influencing another set of external people they knew as friends to pull my grant. And they had other people that reported to them to pull me from my classes that semester. The result? My annual evaluation reflected lower ratings with no recognition of that person's role or that that person was under investigation for discrimination. Yes, eventually that person was demoted, but they kept their job, their salary, and other duties at the school for another 3 years. I later heard they helped to write the school's 5-year strategic plan. This person left when they found another high-level position. Eventually, all of us were asked if we were satisfied with the conclusion of the investigation when it was done. I believe that my colleagues were asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement. I was simply called into HR and asked if I was satisfied. I asked for some time to think about the conclusion, came back, and made a request not to serve under my chair because I thought there would be conflict. I was not granted that request. I was simply told to go back to my position and resume my duties, with the harm to my reputation intact, my lower ratings on my annual evaluation, and a continued fear of my competency, my ability to make my way in the world unharmed. Rose-colored glasses shattered.